Hey class, so I just wanted to give you a short video talking about our literature review. So far you've written 3 article reviews, and those were just from one source that you wrote about and summarized and cited a bunch through an APA format. So for your literature review, it's different because you need 8 sources, and you're taking 8 different pieces and sources of information, and you're going to weave those together into one comprehensive or cohesive thought process. And so you can write about whatever you want related to psychology, which is pretty much anything in the world, right? So if you wanted to write about some topic and some population, that would probably be a pretty easy way to do it, or some disorder and how it affects certain individuals, or like for example, if you wanted to write about ADHD in children, that would be your topic, and then that would be your population, would be children. You could do that. You could write about a personality disorder, or a different mental illness, or you could write about learning in schools, or IQ, or some drugs effective treatment for some disorder, or use of alcohol, or addictions, or street drugs, or prison populations and their link to mental health disorders, or whatever. You can write about whatever you want, but you need 8 sources, and you're going to use level 1 and level 2 headings at a minimum. APA goes to 5, but you don't need to worry about that. And that's just the way that you split up the information. So level 1 headings are bolded and centered like your title, and then level 2 headings are left aligned, bolded, and it's kind of subsections of that information. Excuse me. So you need to take those sources, and instead of how you've been doing it where it's like intro, method, results, discussion, that's because you were writing about one article that had those sections. This paper won't look like that. It'll be level 1 and level 2 headings, where you take all of those sources and you weave those together to say whatever you're trying to say. So again, make sure you don't say I, don't say we, because you didn't do this study. You took other people's works who did do this study, and you're just citing them a bunch throughout. So that's just the overview. I just wanted you to know that we're using levels of headings like the way that method and results are a level 1 heading, except this time you do get to make up what they say. It could be ADHD defined, or if that was your level 1 heading, ADHD and how it affects different populations, you could have a level 2 heading that said like ADHD in children, and then another level 2 heading that said ADHD in adolescents, and another one that said ADHD in adults, and you could talk about information from some of your sources in each of those sections, and that's it. So you do have the intro section, right? You have the title of your paper, and you kind of introduce what your paper is going to be talking about, and then you have level 1 and level 2 headings spread throughout the paper, and then your reference page that will have 8 peer-reviewed journal article sources on it. You can have more sources than that if you want to, and if you want to use websites, reputable websites, not Wikipedia, but maybe you wanted to use Psychology Today or some reputable website that isn't a peer-reviewed journal, you can use that in addition to your 8 sources, but you need to have 8 peer-reviewed sources at a minimum. So I hope this helps to just kind of give you what I'm looking for, and there's an example paper on the instructions section of the assignments, so feel free to look at that. And like I said, you can always email me if you have questions, or stop by during office hours if you set up an appointment. But y'all are doing great, and that's what we're looking for in the lit review. Bye.